YouTube, Denise here from Seuss Art, and I want to show you what I'm doing. I gotta be honest with you guys. I bought a whole bunch of Arteza pens, Arteza watercolor pens. I bought like the full set, the 98 set, and I separated the colors. Like these are all the blues. These are all the blues and the purples. These are all the pinks and some yellows, and these are the forest colors. Haha! And so what I've done is I've taken a bunch of colors from the forest section. Woo! These and these. And I'm redoing I'm redoing this thing again. I can't tell you how many sunflowers I've been working on, but this one I'm going to work on with these because I've never used them before. So I thought it'd be fun. I mean, it's less obnoxious than straight out watercolor. Okay, so in using these Arteza watercolors, I'm also using two different brushes. I'm using a flat and a pointy, and these have water in them. So what turns me off about watercolors is the bending of the paper, but this is much less intrusive when you're just applying a little bit of water at a time and going on with a dry brush. So I want to do a couple of flowers here for you and show you what I got going on. So with the two greens, one is a little bit darker than the other. This one is called Bumblebee Yellow, and this one is called Lemon Yellow. And the lemon yellow is the first one that I use. So I can go across my outline, my sketch, like this, and I'm going to do two flowers today, so you can, or petals. You can see how these watercolors work. What's really nice about the pens is that they dry very quickly. The watercolor does, and you can take your sharpener or your eraser and go over your pencil marks. So you get those out before you even get the color in, which is really, really nice. I really, really like that. All right. So the layering I've been doing is pretty much using the bumblebee and going in there. I have my outline, so I'm going to take my bumblebee in there. And I think I would like light to be right there, so I'm going to kind of leave that space open, and you'll see why in a second. And this one already has a little color in it because I smeared it in, but that's okay, because we're going to blend them. So then I'm going in with the lemon yellow, and again, these are Arteza pens. They don't sponsor me, but you know, I bought their most expensive set eons ago. I don't know, maybe when I started painting about 6 months ago, when I decided I wanted to do art. And I could afford it. So I bought them. Alright. Then I'm also using these colors, and this is all from the Green Earth. This is Sunset Yellow, Lilac, Blush Red, which is really nice for the bottoms, and Orange Rust. So we're going to go ahead and use these two first. And I'm going to take the Sunset Yellow, going to kind of give myself a beautiful point. You can literally go right out to the point with these guys. I'm going to define the areas I want a little shade. sculpt it just a wee bit. Always a little more at the bottom. And just do a little sculpting because I want my lines to kind of go like that. Then we're going to go ahead with the orange rust. And let's just work on this guy first. We'll work on this one first. That's my husband probably, but he's going to have to wait a second. And to that, I'm going to add the blush red. Pause. Okay, we're back. That was my blood results, so I get to call my new job tomorrow and probably start work on Monday. Woo! Okay, so back to this. We have the darkening in this one, so let's go ahead. I'm going to take the wide brush, the wide water brush first. And again, we're using Arteza Watercolors. So I'm just going to fill the brush and make sure it's good and saturated. Do not apply a lot of pressure, folks. You don't need to. Just go on it with a feather. It's a feather. It's a feather. I'm not worried about my lines. Now, while this one is still wet, I'm going to go ahead and go into the bottom again with the blush red. Kind of give it a little curve. All right, now let's work on this one. That one's great. When it dries, it's gonna be just so wonderful looking. I'm really, really, really enjoying this game I'm playing over here. All right, now we're gonna go in with the sunset yellow. Just a wee bit more. Lilac. I'm using this red now to as a shade. It's a little bit different than the rest, but it offers this beautiful contrast. Again, you want to try to go with the shape of your leaf, even though you're going to be blending. Again, going in with blush red. And the orange rust. Now you can see you can begin to start blending with each pen. Just make sure you give it a good wipe. You don't want it to get too saturated on you. Now remember, sunflowers are whatever color you want them to be. I mean, in my research for sunflowers, there were so many colors of sunflowers out there that I do not in the least bit feel bad about making mine wild and crazy. I just wipe my brush off by squeezing, my water brush by squeezing the tip a little bit and gently wiping it on a paper towel. I encourage you, if you're using watercolors of any kind, get yourself some watercolor, these things. I don't know what they're called, but they're great. I've had these forever too. Now I'm just going to kind of go in and pat this a little bit. I'm just using a spongy, you know, makeup spongy. And I'm going to go in with a nice, beautiful lemon yellow. And what this lemon yellow is going to do, notice the line here. I'm going to go ahead and force that to the edge. And I've been able to lighten that leaf up a little bit. See that? It's kind of pulling the dark and putting in that lemon. I gotta turn it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on this side. Using the lemon yellow to pull the dark to the edge, to kind of give it a crisp edge. And lighten up some spaces. This helps me put the shade where I would like it and give my leaf some beautiful color. She's so pretty. She's gonna dry up just like that one, I'm sure. Anyway, guys, this is what I'm doing. So, again, Arteza doesn't sponsor me, but I've had their pens forever. And, oh, there's some glitter. So I'm using them for this one. And, you can get like just one series of colors for really not that expensive. I think you can get like a whole bin like this for like 48 colors for 30 bucks or just over $30. If you want the kit that I have, which is the total amount that you can get at one shot, I think it's just over $100. But I had a lot of money at the time, guys, so I was buying stuff. But now I'm really happy to be using them because now that I'm learning how to use them, the world's my oyster, right? All right, guys. This is Denise from Cease Art. Really happy to say her blood work came back today, and I should probably start working on Monday. Monday. Love you guys. Trust me, I will continue to upload videos. It doesn't matter how many days I work or how many hours I work, because this is never going away, and neither is my alcohol. Or, oh, let me tell you what I got going on over here. See this big tile? It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet square. And that is going to be for the forest piece, and we're going to work on that probably starting Wednesday of next week. Love you guys. Ciao bella.